Hi, everyone. Welcome to our San Diego Intercity Capital Connections kickoff event. We're so thrilled that you've joined us today. My name is Anna Marie Cruz, and I'm the Western Regional Manager at ICIC. At this time, if needed, please go ahead and update your name as it appears on the screen. And make sure that you're on mute during the presentation portion. We will have a networking session at the closer to the end of our meeting today. And if possible, please turn on your camera so we can see you. At this time, we also ask you to introduce yourself in the chat box, and feel free to post any questions there as well. And let us know what brought you here today. And now to officially welcome you is our ICIC CEO, Steve Grossman.
Anna Marie, thanks so much, and thanks for your leadership, not only as Western Regional Manager, but also as a member of ICIC's management team. You play a critical role, and we're always grateful for your leadership. I want to apologize to everybody for the delay in getting started. We had a few technical difficulties. We hope we've corrected them and look forward to a wonderful hour together. I also want to express appreciation to our team of dedicated professionals, 44 strong, located in Boston and in Anna Marie's case in Long Beach and all over the country. I want to thank our Senior Program Coordinator, Indy Taveras, and her colleague, Katie Mathias, Program Coordinator, who will be working closely together to maximize the results and impact of this year's San Diego cohort. I want to thank you all for joining us for this kickoff event. ICIC, which is the Initiative for a Competitive Intercity, founded by Harvard Business School professor, Dr. Michael Porter, after the '92 LA uprising. We've had a highly productive history in the San Diego area. We've trained 162 small businesses during the past 3 years, including 62 alone last year. 61% of those businesses have been BIPOC or minority owned. About 50% have been woman owned, and they have averaged, based on our annual surveys, 82% growth in average revenue since completing the program. That's impact. And with your help as potential nominating partners, and many of you have done it for several years, we're going to have an equally important and powerful and successful outcome when we come together on June 29th and July 1st for our opening seminars. And of course, none of this would have been possible without the leadership and unwavering support of Kaiser Permanente, and I'll be proud to acknowledge some of their national and local leaders in just a few minutes. But just a little bit of information about the impact that we've had. Kaiser Permanente, as you know, located in Oakland, has a national footprint, particularly in the West Coast. They have underwritten cohorts all the way from San Diego, all the way up the California coast and interior, all the way up to Portland and Seattle. The results have been extraordinary. They have underwritten over the past 5 years 24 cohorts. We've trained almost 1,800 small businesses. Those businesses have in turn created over 2,000 good paying jobs. Those companies have averaged 51% growth in revenue since graduating from the program, and they have raised almost $88 million in debt and equity capital. And once again, that is impact. And we're grateful to Kaiser. And again, I'll acknowledge a few colleagues shortly. I want to also thank our partners on the San Diego and other California cohorts. And you see the slide in front of you, which has listed the logos of those partners who have joined Kaiser Permanente. Just one slide back: Amerisource Bergen Foundation, Vizient, Cardinal Health, Blackstone Consulting, and EY. And those are the 5 companies that have partnered again and again with Kaiser Permanente to sponsor the San Diego cohort and many of the other California cohorts as well. I want to thank our national partners on the next slide, slide 5. These are national partners who help fund our program in 21 cities throughout the United States, including Bank of America, FedEx, Regions Bank, Arcturus Impact Investors, the Boston Consulting Group, Edward Jones, the National Business League, and Rose International. And finally, the success of this program is built on local partners. They've provided a wealth of nominations They have helped us build important relationships. The most important word in building a successful program in a city like San Diego, in a region like San Diego, or in any other city is the word trust. And we have a group of partners of the caliber and quality of those whom you see on the screen in front of you. And I won't mention every one of them because of time considerations, but take a look at those logos. Take a look at those organizations. They have provided nominations, capital coaching, relationship building, and a variety of other local services. We flourish as an organization that's national because of our partnerships locally. So thank you to each of you for everything you've done during the past 3 years, because nothing is more important than building trust and relationships. They make all the difference. As many of you know, our mission at ICIC is inclusive economic prosperity. But our vision is bigger than that. Our vision is to end concentrated poverty. Our vision is to close this country's racial wealth gap. That's our goal. That's what we hope to achieve, both in San Diego and all over the country. I've got a lot of wonderful friends, colleagues, and partners to thank, so let me launch right into it. First, from Kaiser Permanente National, I want to thank Tommy Smith, Manager of Economic Impact and Impact Spending, and Andaye Hill Espinoza, who manages economic impact and strategic partnerships within impact spending. The San Diego local team has been magnificent since we came 3+ years ago. Thanks to Tana Laura, Senior Manager of Government and Community Relations. Thanks to Roberta Tinajero, Senior Managerial Consultant. And I will note that Roberta is our point of contact for kickoff planning and cohort recruitment, both in 2020 and 2021, for all of our Southern California cohorts. And to be able to pivot during a pandemic, that took professionalism and leadership. That's what Roberta shows every time we have a chance to work with her. Thanks to Lindsay Wright, Community Benefit Health Manager, to Clara Steinberg, Community Health Manager, to Sammy Toda, Chief Operating Officer in San Diego, to Brian Lynn, Emergency Physician of Kaiser Permanente, and our partner who's been there since day one. I met her in Pasadena once and we've been friends ever since. That's Beth Tremblay, Manager of Upstream Community Health, who works so diligently and has been part of this relationship going all the way back to our first cohort in Southern California in 2016. To the Clay Company, who's been such a great partner from day one, Stephanie Sadoff, President, Denise Price, who I know is with us, Vice President, who always coordinate logistics so professionally. To Max Villalobos, Chief Operating Officer in the North County, whom you'll hear from shortly. To 2 mayors, 1 mayor, 1 county supervisor, you'll hear video remarks from them. First, Mary Casillas Salas, the mayor of the city of Chula Vista, and to Nora Vargas, county supervisor, you'll be hearing from them shortly. To our partners at Bank of America, who provided the original grant all the way back in 2005 to help create this program, which now has more than 5,000 alumni nationwide. I want to welcome Jay McElroy from Vizient, Implementation Services Manager. Vizient, of course, the largest group purchasing organization in America and one of our key partners. Now moving on to partners and top nominators. First Founders Capital Partners, to Auralia Alvarez, who will be speaking shortly, Director of Business Development for First Founders Capital Partners. She coordinated with the team to identify panelists for our resource panel. Her colleague Sanjeet Singh, Head of Development, sat on the resource panel for the 2020 Inland Southern California opening seminar. And of course, to CDC Small Business Finance. What a powerhouse organization. You'll be hearing from Miriam Torres Baltus, Senior Loan Officer, shortly. She sat on a resource panel last year and has been a wonderful nominating partners. To the City of Vista, who we also hear from Kevin Ham, whom I've had wonderful conversations with when we could get together physically. Thanks, Kevin, for everything you do as Director of Economic Development for the City of Vista, for your 25 nominations in 2019, in 2020, and for delivering remarks at the San Diego kickoff last year. To the City of Oceanside, Michelle Geller, Economic Development Manager, great nominating partner. And of course, to Webec West and to Webec Pacific, great nominating partners throughout the West. To Dwana Lynch, Program Manager, Management Office of Webec West, great nominating partner. To Pam Williamson, President and CEO of Webec West. Pam Williamson is a Hall of Fame ICCC nominator. She's given us all the way back to 2019, 124 nominations. That is Hall of Fame. And of course, I would never go further without acknowledging Janice Green, longtime president and CEO of Webeck Pacific, who's been a partner from the beginning. To SANDAG, the San Diego Association of Governments, great nominating partner, specifically thanks to Elaine Richardson, Director of Diversity and Equity. And I note that Alexia Spivey and Rachel Jones are registered and are with us here this morning. They've nominated over 100 companies in the last 2 years. To Robert Chu, Business and Trainings Program Specialist, to the San Diego Workforce Partnership, to the Office of U.S. Congressman Mike Levin, Jessica Ramirez, for the leadership they provide, to the Office of Council Member Marnie Von Wilpert, Bridget Nasso, Policy Advisor, and finally, I will never leave out our alumni speaker, Lawrence Charles, founder and CEO of Charles and Company Tea. He'll be delivering opening remarks from the alumni side of the equation, participated in ICCC on 3 occasions. And I want to note, we have 11 alumni registered to attend, many of which are nonprofits. I want to recognize their attendance and their commitment to the community during COVID. And although our curriculum is not specifically designed for nonprofit organizations, the ICCC program was able to support their needs during this time of uncertainty. So there you have it. Our funders, led by Kaiser Permanente, our national partners, our local partners, individuals who give their heart and soul to the economic revitalization of under-resourced and underserved communities. And now I want to recognize a leader of Kaiser Permanente, that's Max Villalobos. Max currently leads Kaiser Foundation's health plans and hospitals operations in the North County as the Chief Operating Officer. He's responsible for developing strong partnerships with Kaiser Permanente's contracted healthcare partners in the North County and overseeing the delivery of the new San Marcos Medical Center in the fall of 2023. A master's graduate in healthcare administration from USC and a bachelor's recipient from the University of Phoenix, Max and Kaiser Permanente are extraordinary partners. It's now my honor to recognize Max Villalobos. Max, take it away.
Max, I apologize.
Max, you're muted. Max, just go ahead and unmute.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Better, yep.
Yes. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's great to have you here. We want to be able to welcome everyone and that is part of this virtual seminar. I know many of you have participated as nominators and part of the program, and I'm excited to learn how ICCC has incorporated the lessons learned from COVID-19, racial justice, and economic equity. And Steve mentioned that we have 162 alumni in San Diego with their revenue growth of 82% since they've started the program. And they have also raised $5.4 million for capital. So that is fantastic. We know that healthy economies lead to healthier communities, and that is central to Kaiser Permanente's mission. As many businesses and nonprofits know, our local region has higher unemployment and higher socioeconomic barriers that impact health and wellness. That is why we're glad to provide this resources and partnership to go beyond healthcare and to impact social needs and improve the community conditions. It is imperative that we support our nonprofits and small business to stabilize, recover, and rebuild. So I want to thank everyone for being here. I'm looking forward to the nominations that will be come forth over the next 2 months. And this is truly a community partnership. So we appreciate everyone that's participating and supporting the program. And so thank you for being here. Have a great morning and look forward to the comments. Thank you.
Max, thanks so much. And thanks to your entire team. One thing I learned from the moment I came to San Diego was what a team it is. The most important word is we. and how we and you and the entire team work together. So thanks for your leadership. Before I introduce Mayor Mary Casillas Salas for her video remarks, I want to recognize another wonderful partner. That's San Marcos Chamber CEO, Rick Rangaitis. Rick, thanks for being here and thanks for your leadership between now and the kickoff event. So it's now my privilege to introduce for opening remarks by video, Mayor Mary Casillas Salas, born and raised in Chula Vista. Her South Bay roots run 5 generations deep, and she's dedicated her life, as many of you know, to the community she loves. She was elected to the California State Assembly back in 2006, chaired the Committee on Veterans Affairs, elected to the City Council in 2012, and in 2014 made history as the first elected Latina mayor in Chula Vista and the County of San Diego. So let's play Mary Casillas Salas's opening welcoming remarks.
6 months ago, my city's Economic Development Department estimated that over half our small businesses in Chula Vista would be in danger of closing their doors for good. It wasn't because they had a bad marketing plan or that they didn't understand social media. It was a direct consequence of COVID-19. That is why I'm thrilled that Kaiser Permanente is bringing back the Inner City Capital Connections program to San Diego for the 4th time. Over the last 3 years, over 160 San Diego County small businesses have participated in this tuition-free program, which has resulted in an average of 82% growth in revenue and $5.35 million in capital for these businesses. Our businesses need it more than ever. I can't wait to bring the opportunity to South Bay. Your nominations can change the dire scenario that I started with, so please make as many nominations as you can. Thank you for tuning in today and having a direct impact on South County's economic recovery.
And again, as you all can well imagine, when we have leaders like Mary Casillas Salas and the woman whom I'm about to introduce, Nora Vargas, working on this initiative, nominating small businesses and being integral part of the program, that's what makes meaningful impact. Supervisor Nora Vargas was elected to the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, representing District 1 in November of 2020. Sworn in January, she was elected Vice Chairwoman of the board. She also served as Vice President of Community and Government Relations at Planned Parenthood of the Pacific Southwest. I want to note that in 2015, Governor Jerry Brown appointed her to serve on the 12-member California State Teachers Retirement System, or CalSTRS for short, making her the first Latina to be appointed in the board's history. Those who aren't familiar with it, CalSTRS is the largest educator-only pension fund in the world and the 2nd largest pension fund in the United States. So let's listen to some remarks from County Supervisor Nora Vargas.
All our South County cities are feeling the pain and uncertainty that has been caused by COVID-19. It is critical for us to come together to help build our regional economy. Knowing that it's going to take a collaborative effort to address the impact of this pandemic, I launched the South Bay Equity and Economic Recovery Task Force. This task force is comprised of committed, solutions-driven leaders from different segments of the community, from business, community, organized labor, educators, and our binational partners. This is a real working group that is going to be addressing what a continued COVID-19 mitigation and equitable economic recovery is going to look like. The truth is that the pandemic has caused tremendous impacts in our communities, especially our South Bay communities, and it's going to take a number of efforts, initiatives, and partnerships to mitigate the effects and recover. I'm glad to see that Kaiser's commitment to community health and wellness recognizes that our small businesses are important to our thriving economy and the fabric of our communities. The Inner City Capital Connections program is a very real example of investing back in our small businesses, equipping business leaders to grow, building capacity to add employees, and increase revenues and game-changing for the businesses and our communities. With the launching of this program, I'll be encouraging nominations from the neighborhoods hit the hardest by COVID-19. I hope all of you will join me in making sure that South County is well represented with lots of participants this year. Thank you for the great work that you do and your commitment to support and help uplift our business community.
Thanks. And now it's my privilege to turn the program back to Anna Marie Cruz. And I note, as Anna Marie and her colleague Indy Tabaris, our senior program coordinator, walk us through the program overview and the nominating process, I don't know anybody in this country who has a greater knowledge of innovative and imaginative and transformative ways to access capital than does Anna Marie Cruz. She's had a wealth of experience in that area. We were privileged to have her join us as our Western Regional Manager, one of our management team members. Anna Marie, take it away, and thanks for your leadership.
Thank you, Steve. And as you can all see, we are very fortunate to have a leader who truly believes in us and ensures that we get the spotlight when possible. So thank you, Steve, for those kind words. And also thank you to Mayor Salas, Supervisor Vargas, for those wonderful remarks and encouraging outlook at the near future. So as Steve mentioned, I'll now be sharing more about the Intercity Capital Connections program. So this program, which we have dubbed as our 40-hour MBA, is truly designed for busy entrepreneur executives with a growth mindset. It is, and we can move on to the next slide. It is comprised of 4 key components, an opening seminar taking place over 2 days and focused on 4 core subjects: marketing, finance, leadership, and strategy. Obviously focused on growth opportunities, but as you can imagine, especially in the last year, focused on more immediate tactics in response to the crisis. The second piece of the ICCC program is the full suite of digital educational modules. On any given year, we offer anywhere from 18 to 24 topic-specific webinars given by subject matter experts that are, again, geared to be more tactical and focused on implementation. And this year, we're also adding a digital learning module component, which is an extension of those 4 key subjects. And I'll discuss this a little bit more shortly. The third component of the program is coaching, which we truly believe is essential to not only bringing accountability to the entrepreneur's goals in terms of growing their business. It also gives them a support system. And we're proud to say that we partner with a number of local resources, many of whom are here today. We partner with the SBDC, SCORE, a national coaching organization, Pacific Community Ventures based in Oakland. And for capital coaching, we partner with a number of equity and debt experts, and again, many of whom are here today, and some will be speaking shortly. And then the final piece of the ICCC program is our annual conference. And this year we'll be convening alumni partners from the 20+ cities at which we'll be delivering this program. So you can imagine the power of networking that takes place in that event that brings together participants from across the country, and the type of exchange of ideas that can materialize. And this year, just like last year, we are maintaining flexibility in the program, and our live instruction will be delivered via Zoom, just like this event today. All right, next slide. So as I mentioned, the focus last year has been in terms of the content has been really dealing with navigating the current crisis. We focused a lot on capital relief and the types of programs that were coming through the pipeline, whether they were federal programs, county, state, or even city programs, various recovery strategies from our professors, and then of course the one-on-one coaching connections. These were all critical to navigating the crisis. And this year, in addition to these key takeaways, we'll also be looking at reopening strategies. And then in terms of the digital learning modules, these are, again, an extension of the concepts from the in-person virtual seminar with more focus on tactical implementation content. And one thing I'm really excited about is each of these modules will contain a deliverable related to the entrepreneur's growth strategy. And these deliverables are tangible items that entrepreneurs can take to their team to external partners, perhaps even to lenders or other capital providers. So just as a concrete example, this might be a pitch deck or a business plan highlighting their growth plan for the next 5-10 years that they can take to a banker or a lender and state, this is where I'd like to go. Let's have a discussion on what we need to do next in order to reach these goals. So again, very tangible and practical information. And then in terms of our program criteria, for those of you who have been part of the program in the last few years, you'll know that in the past we've had a requirement of 500,000 in annual revenues. We did relax that last year and we removed that. And we did that in order to ensure that more businesses can access this program. And so that remains true today. We do not have a strict requirement on the revenues. We do expect that businesses that apply for the program are interested in growing. We also want to focus on businesses that are highly impacted and are in areas that may be under-resourced as well as underrepresented. And then we do expect that the businesses are past the proof of concept so that they can maximize the learning that takes place in the program. So typically these are businesses that have been in operation for more than 2 years. And where we cannot support the business because they are a startup, we are always looking for local partners to refer these businesses. So for those of you who offer those programs, we are compiling a directory of different resources and educational programs, and we'd love to hear about yours. And then this year, due to the demand that we heard for Spanish language support, I'm very excited to share that 5 of our 21 cohorts will actually have Spanish translation services, including one of the 2 Southern California cohorts taking place this year. And now to give you just an overview of what the program looked like last year, we served over 1,200 businesses across multiple industries. On average, they were 12 years old with an annual revenue on average of 700 some thousand. Our top industries are represented here, which include food and hospitality, healthcare, retail, education, and construction. And now, to provide you with an insider's look at the program is one of our San Diego alumni. We're so proud of him. Let me introduce you to Lawrence Charles, who is the founder and CEO of Charles & Company Tea. He was not only a participant in last year's cohort, he also participated in the 2014 Dallas ICCC, as well as the 2018 San Diego ICCC. And I just want to note that he's also been part of our digital learning platform development. So without further ado, here is Lawrence.
Thank you so much to Steve, Anna, Indira, Derek, and the ICCC team for having me and for everything that you do. Aspiration, story. Here lies the power of attention, of seekers of self, of dreamers dreaming, imagination, of seeking. It's the dreams of a better life that eases our anxiety and gives us hope for the future, something to ascend to. It's the story that grants us, for that one moment, the pleasure of attaining the imaginable. Charles & Company. Last Thursday, 7 days today, this headlined my most recent presentation during my meeting with the executives of a Fortune 500 retailer. In this particular meeting, I was working to what I call land the plane. You see, we've been meeting since August, originally set up by the CEO theirself, asking their senior vice president and general manager of home to meet with me. I'm sure you wonder, how did this guy that looks like he barely has a bit of business experience get the CEO of a publicly traded company to set up a meeting for him? The answer is hustle. But sometimes hustle isn't enough in the beginning. Persistence, determination, patience, and vision are key. Rewind a number of years, and I was at the beginning of my journey. excited, full of life, and so ready to learn. You see, I started Charles & Company selling tea door to door on my mountain bike, pedaling my way through the Santa Monica Mountains, just me and a backpack full of tea. As sales increased and my backpack got too heavy, I handmade a cart to help me carry my product onto the bus. I was fortunate. People began searching me out on a weekly basis. Celebrity chefs, business executives loved my drive and brought Charles & Company into their world, the world of Nobu Hotels and the Four Seasons. That's when everything changed. Through programs like ICCC, as well as my mentors and advisors, I learned that tea is just the vehicle. We're utilizing high quality tea to build a global consumer brand. And that brand strategy revolves around owning a piece of prized real estate, the kitchen counter. And the kitchen counter is where life happens. When we entertain family and friends, we naturally gravitate to the kitchen. We designed our packaging to be proudly displayed where all the action happens, in the kitchen. And once we sell to one customer and take residence on that kitchen counter, that customer inadvertently sells to countless others. And from this position, we are building Charles & Company into a whole brand and not just a commodity. I like to set the frame with, we are doing with tea what Bezos did with books. What does that look like in real-time execution? Well, we're building a brand of luxury, of honest conversations around tea, around connectivity, and we are empowering people to simply share moments. Fast forward to now, and we are on the verge of a historic retail deal. In addition, we've just signed a partnership with Children's Hospital Los Angeles to throw a celebrity-hosted tea party. And we are filming and soon launching my new television show, The Stir, with Lawrence Charles, of which I've already been in talks with major distribution partners as we aim to restructure by Q2, Q3, we will then be able to share so much more. ICCC played an important role in my development as an entrepreneur. It's my hope and my belief that the program will also do the same for you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Lawrence, thank you so much. What a hopeful, encouraging, and inspirational message you just delivered. And we're so proud of you. We're so excited for the future for you. And we can't wait to watch that show. And now I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Indira Taveras, who is leading this cohort and will be your main point of contact as we move forward. I'm so thrilled to have her do so. She is a wonderful team leader. And Indy, go ahead and take it away. You are on mute.
Hello, everyone. I apologize. My name is Indira Taveras. Thank you, Anna Marie, for the introduction. As she shared, I am a program coordinator with the Intercity Capital Connections program, and it is my pleasure to introduce the next three speakers who will be providing partner remarks today. You'll be hearing from Oralia Alvarez, the Director of Business Development at Founders First Capital Partners, Miriam Torres-Baltas, Senior Loan Officer at CDC Small Business Finance, and finally, Kevin Ham, the Director of Economic Development for the City of Vista. And without further ado, I will hand it off to Oralia.
Mute. Oh. Hi, good morning, thank you. Well, I'll start off by saying I've actually been so lucky to have some of Charles & Company tea, and it's top notch. If you have not had a tea, go online and order like right now. It's a delight to be here. Thank you so much. On behalf of Founders First Capital Partners, we're honored and privileged to be able to support the efforts I can personally attest that I've worked with the amazing entrepreneurs that you support, and they're top notch. The work that you're doing, the impact is beyond what a lot of folks can even measure. Like it's a big deal. I tell people, you are going to the places that maybe others might have been overlooking. So we can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing. And just to give you a little bit of a background of who Founders First Capital Partner is, our mission is really to increase the number of medium-sized companies that are led by diverse founders. And the way that we accomplish this is by providing responsible and flexible capital that is founder centric and founder friendly. And we're here in San Diego. So thank you so much for the support that you're providing ICIC. Again, it's an honor to support you, and please, anything that you guys need from us, we're always here. We're a big fan of you, of the entire team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oralia. We look forward to working with you again this year, as always. All right, so next up, we have Miriam Baltas Torres, Senior Loan Officer at CDC Small Business Finance.
Hi, thank you, Inda. Well, it's really nice to see everybody. I definitely need to go try Charles tea. That sounds like it's a big deal, so I'm excited to try it. So I am at CDC Small Business Finance, and actually Anna Marie was taken by ICIC. She used to work at CDC. We love her. She's amazing. And actually, Anna Marie, I'm so happy for your new role. Actually, it's not new anymore. It's been a couple years, but yeah, so glad to be able to partner with you guys. So CDC Small Business Finance has been around for 40 plus years. We are a nonprofit lender. We offer SBA products, and then we have what we call impact loans as well. So ICIC definitely is, you know, exactly where our mission is. We provide capital when a bank is not able to provide capital. So a lot of our clients, actually half of our portfolio, are startup businesses, and the other half are established businesses. So we help small business owners who either want to acquire a business, start a business, or have an existing business, but are not able to access capital at the bank for whatever it might be. So hopefully they'll graduate there one day, but until they graduate there, you know, our mission is really to help provide access to capital. So we have all sorts of great programs that offer, you know, if the credit score is a little bit lower, or maybe the cash flow isn't as high as a bank might want, those are the kind of clients that we can help. If they are African American, Latino, if their business is located in a low income area or a moderate income area, those are all, or they're a veteran. There's all sorts of good reasons, women, that we will make an extra exception to be able to qualify with us. So I love partnering with you guys, ICIC. I love what you guys do, and I will continue to nominate a lot of our clients. Love your program. It is very impactful, and I love our partnership. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miriam. It's always a pleasure collaborating with you. Thank you for all that you do. All right, so last but never the least, we'll be hearing from Kevin Ham, Director of Economic Development of the City of Vista. The floor is yours, Kevin.
Great, thank you, Indy. Well, first off, talking about Lawrence again, I think there was more energy packed in your presentation about your story than any amount of caffeine that could be delivered by your tea. Thank you so much. It's that type of story that really keeps me moving. And so I appreciate those types of stories. You know, first off, I really want to give kudos to Kaiser for supporting such a wonderful program. You know, and having the foresight to make a connection between one's business life and their physical health. And if that's not been proven, this last year has definitely proven that fact. As Director of Economic Development, I'm responsible for the development and implementation of economic development policies and programs for the city. And what does that mean? You know, we get companies, we keep companies, we help companies, and we support the creation of jobs. And under the umbrella of helping companies, we have many resources we can refer our local companies to. And it may depend upon the number of employees they have, the stage of the company's growth, the industry that they're involved in. These resources vary, and the time commitment and cost differ as well. But for a company that fits the profile of this program, I can think of no better program than ICCC. I think of it as a mini masters. You know, it's capacity building education, it's one-on-one coaching. And as you heard previously, it's connections to capital and capital partners. And I know many companies that have participated, and I have only heard wonderful things and wonderful reviews about the valuable information that they've learned and the practical day-to-day difference that it's made in their company. Now, as someone that has nominated many companies to the program, ICCC and the team provide status updates and supports that are industry leading. So again, there are many referrals that we provide for companies, and I can think of no better program that I'm able to refer companies to. And really, to conclude my remarks, if you're invited to participate, do it. If you're asked to nominate, do it. For as many of you that can do it for the very first thing. Don't leave it for the last, because I will let you know that each of the companies I've worked with have thanked me for their participation. Thank you very much, and it's great to be a partner.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And thank you to all of our partners for sharing your experiences as an ICCC partner. We always look forward to working with you and can't wait to continue to expand upon our work together this year and to continue to support the small business community. As Auralia, Miriam, and Kevin already touched upon, and as many of you know, one of the main ways to get involved with ICCC is by becoming a nominating partner. As a nominator, you would identify and nominate businesses in your network to participate in the ICCC program. We know that you all engage with business owners differently, and so there are multiple ways you can nominate businesses for ICCC, and you can engage in the method or methods that work best for you. First is the most traditional method, where you can submit a list of businesses to us with their contact information and let them know that they have been nominated. ICCC will then follow up with them and help interested businesses and nominees through the application process. Another way you can nominate is by hosting an information session and inviting your network to attend to learn more about the program. And the final way you can nominate is by sharing program information in an email newsletter or through your social media channels. ICCC can provide you with the language and graphics to assist you with that. Nominating for ICCC is a great way to continue to provide additional resources to your small business network, showcase your organization, and gain exposure at various ICIC events. Additionally, becoming a nominating partner for ICCC means that we, in turn, can also nominate our alumni for your programs and share your initiatives with our network. I also know that a lot of you in the room today are alumni. So for you alums in the room, we encourage you to nominate fellow business owners in your network who you feel can take advantage of ICCC's resources. Next slide, please. Another opportunity to stay engaged with ICCC is to become a collaborator. As a collaborator with ICCC, we would work together to provide timely and relevant resources to our small business community in various ways. So a few examples of how organizations and individuals have collaborated with us in the past include presenting webinars for our participants and alums, volunteering as business coaches to our participants, co-hosting panel discussions, among many other things. At ICIC, we're all about collaboration, about exploring the ways we can amplify your work and strengthen the small business ecosystem in San Diego. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you're interested in exploring collaborations and getting involved outside of nominating. Next slide, please. Here, we provide more detail about the nomination process, from how to identify businesses to how you can submit your nominations. I won't go into too much detail here, as you'll receive these slides tomorrow, along with our nominator process packet that outlines all the information in detail. This is the nomination and application timeline for the San Diego program. The most important date here that I'd like you all to remember is a nomination deadline, which is May 14th. So we encourage you to begin identifying and nominating businesses as soon as possible, definitely within the next month, as we want to allow businesses as much time as possible to go through the application process. As you saw in the previous slide, the San Diego opening seminar will take place the mornings of June 29th and July 1st. We encourage you all to save the date, and we'd love to have you attend as much of the seminar as your schedule allows. This will be a great chance to see the program in action and also check in on the businesses that you nominated. Once again, the next steps after today's kickoff is to nominate businesses for the program and follow up about becoming a collaborator. Please feel free to reach out to Steve, Anna Marie, or myself with questions, ideas, and of course, your nominations. We look forward to hearing from you. And now we'd like to open it up to any questions from the audience.
Thank you, Indy. One of the questions I received is whether we are accepting organizations, nonprofit organizations. And as as Steve previously mentioned, while the program is not geared specifically for nonprofits, we believe that nonprofits are also critical to our economic development and to creating jobs in the community. And if they are interested in the curriculum and the types of content available in the program really geared for growth, that mindset, we absolutely welcome them to join the program as well. Any other questions? Feel free to put them in the chat box or unmute yourself. Who are expected to attend the opening seminar? So the opening seminar is our virtual education that's delivered by 4 professors and also spotlights the different resources available, particularly in Capital. So that is for applicants or accepted applicants into the program. If you have participated in the past and would like to join us this year, you are absolutely welcome to, and we invite you to go through your application. Yes, past participants are okay to attend. There is no cost thanks to the generous support of partners such as Kaiser Permanente. And personally, if I were to take this course elsewhere, I know it would cost a hefty fee. So please do make it a point to share this with your nominees, that there is no cost due to our partner contributions. And are nominators okay to join the opening sessions? Yes, we would absolutely love to have you there so you can see it for yourself exactly what kind of content your nominees are getting. In fact, we invite you to use that as a way to create even a cohort within your organization. So if you want to continue after that virtual seminar, additional education and networking for that cohort of nominees, please do so. There are many ways that you can really leverage this program for your own purposes. Is there a limit to a number? No, there is no limit to the number of nominees. We encourage you to nominate as many businesses as possible. And again, because it's virtual in nature this year, that means that there's not that physical barrier that folks may may hesitate to apply or participate because they do not want to be stuck on the 5 or the 15 or 78, whatever freeway it is. So please do encourage as many folks as you'd like. All right, and because we want to give you time to connect with each other, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Indy and Katie so you can have a few moments to connect with some of the folks here in this room.
Thank you, Anna Marie. Once again, thank you all for attending today. The remainder of the kickoff event is going to be just a quick little networking session where you guys can connect with others in the room. We're going to send you out into random breakout rooms in just a moment. And in those breakout rooms, we encourage you to introduce yourself and your organization, share any updates and initiatives you're working on, and identify any opportunities to stay connected. We'll do one quick round of breakout rooms, and we'll also send out a list of attendees so you guys can all stay connected. Happy networking, and again, thank